Who was that, Lillian Schrader thought that was a little inappropriate? Let's call the meeting to order. Let's say the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Hey Chris, I wish you'd pick me up and kind of set me in the right direction like you did those kids tonight.
Couple of them, that's all you can do.
I'd like to welcome our visitors tonight. Approve the agenda, please.
I move we approve the agenda.
Second.
I'll say that.
Moved and seconded to approve the agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Passed. Approve the minutes from last meeting, please.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of our last meeting.
Second.
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded to approve the minutes from the last meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Payroll, Chris, I'm a little behind. I haven't got you that. I've got some more time cards to go through, and I've got the register I've got to go through yet, so I'm going to be behind a little bit on that one. Bills to be paid, Franny, the one thing that I want to tell you is there will be a bill coming from Daryl Putoff. Him and I have talked. He had to go wash his vehicle immediately after an inadvertently spray of herbicide on his vehicle from downtown, and I will get a price from him, and I will submit an invoice for you, or he will, or I will, one of us will. Okay?
Okay.
Bills to be paid. Questions to Francis? If no questions, I would accept.
Let's look it over a little bit here.
All right.
See the paid doctor, that's about right, Chris, on that number?
Yeah, he did quite a bit of work.
It's about what we figured on, was it?
Yeah, it was a truckload and a half, so.
Got the one hole in my alley, but that don't make no difference.
He ran out of stuff because he didn't get anything done in this alley.
We was about a half a ton short.
Yeah. Yeah, we shouldn't have had him do all that extra stuff, but.
Okay. Any other questions for Francis? Motion to approve, the bills to be paid.
Make a motion we approve the bills of it.
Second, please.
I'd second that.
Motion to approve the bills to be paid and seconded. All approved, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. At this time, I would like to open the public hearing for lots for sale at the new addition.
So yeah, really all we're doing here is, we gave people 30 days to be able to bid on the lot that we're gonna sell to Bratton and Jacobson, and nobody came in and put a bid in on it, so now we're offering people the opportunity to have a, public hearing to come in and say
That's correct.
what they wanna say, and, I don't think anybody's here to do anything like that, so.
Any comments or concerns on the public hearing?
Huh?
Comments or concerns on the public hearing? Motion to close the public hearing, please.
So move.
Second.
Second.
Moved and seconded to close the public hearing for the lots for sale at the new addition. Roll call vote, Rob?
Aye.
Gary?
Aye.
France?
Aye.
Albert?
Yeah.
Ron?
Yes.
Kosher?
Yep.
Discuss and approve return to work policy that you were working on with Warren Bush.
Yeah, got sent all the way back to IMWCA, and on page 5 you can see the email I got back from Ron Sinwell. Basically what he says is, that they don't provide legal advice, but that their policies have worked for, a number of cities. So I guess it's just kind of up to us. If this is what we want, then we can approve it. If not, then, we can go a different direction.
Questions and concerns, please.
The whole reason this started is because IMWCA came up and did a, kind of like just a yearly interview asking us questions about stuff, and this came up that we didn't have a return to work policy, so they suggested that we get one.
You read it over, Chris, I read it over, is there anything you don't like on it?
No, I think it looks pretty good, Gary.
Did you run this by Warren, the new one?
If you'll remember, we sent this to Warren, and Warren looked at it and said that he wasn't comfortable
Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was any
giving
tweaks
us
to it done.
advice on a policy like this.
Okay, I didn't know if there was any tweaks done to it, or you tweaked it or anything. Questions, concerns, council? If not, I'd entertain a motion to accept.
I make that motion.
Second?
I'd second that.
Moved and seconded to accept the return to work policy for the city of Wall Lake. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. Discuss and approve the recycling trailer. Chris?
Yeah, so we talked a little bit about this at the last meeting, and I really didn't have much information for you, but now at least you can see somewhat of a drawing. If you look on page 11, and you'll have to, change the view because it's sideways. I couldn't do much else with that. And since I did the packet, got a bid from Rice Trailer on this sort of a trailer, and what they said is the trailer at the pictures in here is $11,000, and if we want to do, we can do a couple of different things. We can do hot dip galvanize, so we could, it's not chocolate, Rob, it's galvanized, and he says that finish will last for a lifetime. Or he said we can build the whole thing out of aluminum, and that'll last forever too. Now, if we do it out of aluminum, it's another $1,200, so it'd be about $12,000 for a trailer.
I know one.
And I know $1,200 for that extra little bit is a lot, but then you don't have to worry about rust. Aluminum's not going to rust,
That galvanized can be a little bit rough too, so maybe sliding things in and out, that could be an issue too. So.
can it? Well, one thing that we had these guys do, we asked them to do, was give us a bid on a dump trailer. So instead of us going out there and opening up a door and doing this kind of thing, this thing actually dumps. It lifts up and it dumps. Now, I'm sure that added a couple $1,000s to it. So we can ask them to do that a different way if that's what you guys want to do. But that's where we're at right now with it.
That's got hydraulic on it then?
Yep, it's got a hydraulic in the front and the whole thing dumps. You got gates that you lift up or pull out, one of the two. I don't know exactly how they work, but
Now, would this be our new one, or would this be the one that we put down here at the?
I think we could use it for both if we wanted to do that. I don't necessarily think that we have to have one for sitting down there and one for hauling around.
Now, is this one bigger than our old one?
2 feet,
Longer?
2 feet longer, same width. Be similar to
What was
this.
the price again, Chris?
Just the regular trailer is $11,000, Ron. If we want to do aluminum or galvanize, it's going to add some cost. Aluminum is about $1,200.
And then the dump part would be extra on top of
No.
that? Oh, that's already included?
Yeah, that's already included. If we wanted to, take that off of there, we could ask them to do that and rebid it.
I don't think we want to do that.
I think it would save our guys a little bit of time.
I do too.
Is it necessary? No. Obviously, it's not necessary. We don't have that now.
Are you satisfied with how this works? We don't know, we haven't seen it, so we don't know, do we?
They did build one just like this for Sac. So Sac City has a trailer like this that we could go look at if we
That
were,
would
if
be
we're,
dumb, that would be the dumb one,
if we're
or
getting-
ask them, see how they like it.
right, if we're getting serious about wanting to buy one, then yeah, we could do that.
Where is Saks at? Is that the one they pull, or is that the one that they leave sit?
I can't tell you that. Just this guy told me that they built one just like this for Sac, the rice trailer.
So they had a dump on, hydraulic on that.
Yep, they have a dump on it too. And we've only gotten one bid. I mean, this is just Rice Trailer's bid, so we could go, get some other bids if we wanted to.
We go right down here, but they probably don't wanna do something like that.
Yeah,
They do all aluminum.
I talked to him once
do
before
all
too,
aluminum,
and he
that's how
didn't
they do it.
didn't seem like he was.
He does all his trailers out of Manson.
Tell you what, Bodie Boat probably would do it too.
Miller.
Miller does pretty good work, guys.
Oh, I think,
Phillips.
Phillips. I know Brian Wright up there, and I think he does damn good work.
Yeah, I think they all do. King, we have King do some work for us out of Sac. So we could go around and
Give him the specs.
give them some specs like we did these guys and ask them to bid it.
Bid it?
Yeah. We can do that. I think we started this thing wondering if we wanted to buy one, and now we've got a price that's not terrible. I didn't think $11,000 was terrible. So maybe we go a little bit further with it.
Council?
That's up to you guys.
I think we should look it over if we think we need one. Now, we really need one, it'd be good for us, that's the key.
Well,
We don't need one right now. The one that we've got is still working. It is starting to fall apart a little bit. It's rusting in the bottoms and in the back, and so we did a little bit of work on it this winter. That work that we did is holding up, not real great. So yeah, I think it's something that we do need to think about, though.
I don't think few extra bids would hurt anything.
Yeah, I don't think it would either.
What's council think? Franny?
And everything.
And like I said, we don't need it now.
No.
We don't need it right away.
No, but you're right. Our old one is starting to show its age.
Starting to limp a little bit. Okay, well, I'll get some more bids and I'll bring those back.
You have to put together kind of some type of specs or whatever,
Right.
that kind of bids the same things.
Yeah.
Yeah, apples to apples. Okay, council, we're gonna table this one for right now until Chris can get back with us with more information. Discuss and approve CDBG grant opportunity with Carla Jennings.
Carla Jennings, and Carla Janning is here. She's from Region 12, and she wants to talk to us a little bit about the, is it the down payment assistance, Carla? Or?
No, the down payment assistance is not having a grant application round at this time, this
Okay.
year.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Only the owner occupied rehabilitation.
Oh,
I
sure.
see you've got my brochure, I got nice pretty color ones.
Yeah, that looks a lot better.
Yeah, doesn't it? It does. I'll pass a few of these out here. And it's just getting to that time of year that if it's something a city is wanting to consider, you need to start doing the prep work for it. So I know you guys did a down payment assistance program about 5-6 years ago, and
Yeah.
you got my email late today
I,
with all the names. I
No.
brought a copy with me.
Okay.
So we can talk about that too if you like. But I don't know if you've done an owner occupied. It works much the same way, except that this program is for people already owning their homes. And it's $24,999 worth of grant work for rehabilitation. Now, we're targeting energy efficient life safety things with this money. We're targeting roofs, siding, windows, furnaces, electrical updates. Those bigger ticket items that can really make a difference for maybe a low to moderate income family or an elderly family or that single parent to stay in their home and help, get the neighborhood looking good. It runs much the way that your down payment assistant did. There is a city match to make you more competitive. This wouldn't be your city as a whole. We would want to get down to some targeted areas within the city. Where's that little 2, 4, 6 block spots? I drove around for about 10 or 15 minutes around your town. Got a nice looking town.
Thank you.
Just came from some other city councils where. And so, but you do have a few little pockets near your downtown. So, you know, if this is something you're interested in, we would have to kind of find a targeted area. Okay? You've got some little pockets, and maybe your theme is let's get around our downtown. Maybe it's east of the highway. Maybe it's just a little bit northwest of right here. I think I hit most of the main ones, didn't I?
Yeah.
So what you would do for this is the applications are actually due in January. But since Wall Lake does not meet the low to moderate income survey based off the state one, is we would have to find your targeted areas, see where you wanted to really do the improvements. The scoring criteria now is how much impact do you have. That's why you have to have a targeted area. We would assist you with that low to moderate income. We would do most of the survey ourselves, and we would write the grant application, and we would do your environmental review. That's why even though they're not due till January,
Yeah, it takes some time.
it does, and then you have the publication month and the public hearing months. And so the program in general, do you have any questions about how it would work? I put the income guidelines for the family size up there. So they're meeting 80% of a median income for your county in the state of Iowa. They must own their home, must be current on their taxes, they must have homeowner's insurance. So those are the things that the homeowner is going to do. These are in the form of a 5-year forgivable grant. We want them to live in that home for 5 years. We don't want people flipping houses and just getting some repairs and turning around and selling. That's not the intent of the
What
program.
happens if they don't? You fix it up and they leave you.
And they leave you?
Yeah. who
Then we
pays
call
the
our
bill?
mortgage due.
Who's stuck?
No one is stuck because the funds come from the federal level.
Well, somebody's
and HUD.
stuck, the federal's stuck then.
Right, but before they can sell their home, they're gonna have to pay our mortgage off. So we got your back there.
Oh, so there's a lien, there'll be a lien against it then?
Yes, sir.
Just like what you guys saw in the bills to be paid, that $7,313
Yeah.
or whatever that was. This is something similar. Somebody here in town used
The down payment
assistance, and they got a better opportunity, so they moved somewhere else, and so we recaptured $7,313 from that, and then we paid it right to the Iowa Finance Authority.
Yes, it goes right back to the state and it goes into their pool so that maybe they would do some more down payments.
Something similar. So.
But so no one is gonna get stuck, and that's
If
kind
you
of the
get your money
whole.
out of the house, yeah.
Yes, we have that forgivable
Right, I
loan
understand.
that is recorded at the county level.
Yeah, so I think this is something that's good for our community. Obviously, every community has some homes that probably need a little bit of work. So, I don't know how many we would be able to get, or, how that all works, but.
They have capped, it used to be 10 to 12 projects was the maximum for each town or city, and they've come back now in the last 2 years, and you have a maximum of 6 projects. That's where those targeted areas come into play, so that you can, if there's 50 houses in the target area and you do 6, you have, a little
We
10%.
can target the whole town in, we got one here, one over there, one over there.
No, we'd have to pick some areas that.
Oh, man.
Okay,
we'd
that
have
was
to
my
put-
question.
We'd have to put some guidelines, and to me, it looks like your top 2 blocks just get knocked off. They wouldn't be.
Yeah,
They wouldn't be in here.
you couldn't do anything up there.
Way to go, Fair.
No,
Huh?
because we have to actually
Well, I was
survey
too, so then shut that
the
out.
majority of the homes in the areas that you pick and show that it is a low to moderate income neighborhood. So that's what we have
So
to
if there were 2 houses in one targeted area, that could be permissible, and 2 houses in another targeted area?
Well, we'd have to do a
One
little
target
more
area.
than 2. You could do a couple of blocks here, you could do a couple of blocks there. You could do a couple of blocks over there.
Yeah.
And you could do a couple of blocks over there. I'm hoping there'd be a way to connect those. And then it looks like there's a skinny little narrow band of houses that run right along the north side, kind of your main street in this area here. But we'd want to drive around town and work with you guys to first see where is your need? Where do you want to see this come into play? And then
Yeah, it
we
would take a
target
little work to
those
figure
areas.
out where we're gonna do it, I think.
And then get the income survey done, which we would head that up. We'd work with you a little bit on that so that people could bring them in here, but we would really spearhead it.
See, one house would be mine favor, so, one house would be mine.
No, not as long as you're mayor. It's called a conflict of interest.
Is it?
Yes. Gall darn it.
damn.
Gall darn it. Yeah, pretty much everybody at the table would be excluded. They do like to see city matches in this area. The program is spread over 3 years, so you'd be able to budget into your next fiscal year and the ones on past. In the past, we've seen kind of a magic number. We've been doing this for a while here at Region 12, and it's about $2,500 per project or so. It's kind of
That's
similar
what
to
we've
your
done.
down payment assistance. And then we would assist you. They like to see some community support, and that can be a local Lions Club group. It can be, I know Cookies probably gets held up for everything in town, but a little bit of community support. It doesn't have to be $1,000, it can be $50, but just showing that there are businesses and organizations in your community that support your housing. Now, I don't know if you have an actual little housing committee yet.
No, I don't think we do. We've got a couple of clubs though, like the Lions Club and the Community Club that are,
We
Pretty-
get some support letters
yeah.
from them. I learned a lot last year, and boy, this would be the summer to do some type of community housing thing if you get serious about this, and we can sure help you come up with some ideas. It makes it easier for me in December when I'm writing about your town, say they have done this, 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 and this, and you guys already have some things you've done.
The little thing with our town, we've got the Lions Club and some deal, and they're stretched kind of almost to the limit.
Mm-hmm,
They get stuck for everything,
mm-hmm.
so it does get to a little bit of issue,
Yes, it does.
you gotta go after them all, do the next thing again, see?
Mhm.
So it can be an issue to find backup deals like
Yes, we see that in every town we go into. I'm just excited when I walk into a town that actually has a business to knock on their door. Been to a few lately where there just wasn't and stuff. And one of the things we've told those businesses is you do reap the rewards of running your business in a place. You're not in Des Moines, you're not in Council Bluffs. Your cost of living, your cost of business is much lower. And most of them are very, very supportive of community.
I own the grocery store.
So you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But-
but I don't agree with you.
Yeah. That's where, we just try to find, like I said, it doesn't have to be a lot. We just want to show that there's letters of support, that there are organizations that are supportive of the grant application. And what Region 12 does is we would do your low to moderate income survey, your environmental review, and your grant application. And we do charge $500 for those services.
yeah, that's pretty good cost for all
It's
that.
not,
though.
yeah, we don't try to recoup all our labor.
Yeah.
We do ask you if we have any mailing or any publications that require, we do ask that the city reimburse us for those. A lot of it's getting done email and door-to-door now, too. So we're-
Yeah.
that. How's your participation for this project, or some of our local towns, are they going full bore on it? Or?
We were just awarded a grant for early. Right.
Didn't want to hear that.
Ask questions, see if you want to proceed forward, get any more information that you would need, and then, those low to moderate income surveys are a lot easier to get done in the summer months than they are in the winter.
And if you think
Especially
about
if
it,
you're knocking door to door.
if you think about it, if let's say we do 4 projects, that's $10,000 over 5 years. I mean, obviously we wouldn't pay it over 5 years, but that's $10,000 over 5 years that we kind of gift to people. But it adds tax value to our community too, and it's going to keep people here. So, that's something that we have to think about too.
Mhm.
It can do a lot of good. That's why the targeted areas are becoming very important to this program in where you want to put these funds and where you'd like to see the improvement as you walk around and go 1, 2, 3, and 4
Yeah.
blocks out from your main areas.
We definitely want to have if you drive into town, That's the first perception of anybody's town, is when you first drive into town and you're gonna see 3 crappy looking houses, you're gonna say, ugh, I'd hate to drive into the heart of this city to see what's left, but
Yes, and there are some cities that have targeted that highway through town, and that's their targeted area, is that street.
well, Gary and I were talking about, there was a couple of houses that, when you drive into town, and these 2 that we're talking about happen to,
Yeah.
as you just come into town, right, Gary?
Hmm?
As you just come into town, these are kind
Yeah.
of houses that are just kind of sticking out to you, so.
Now, you can't actually pick and choose your houses, you can pick and choose your targeted areas. And then
Right.
we would go there and we would have an interest survey sent out. Anybody within those targeted areas that meets the income guidelines can apply. And what we have found in our last round is we were about 4 times as many households as there was projects available.
Yeah.
And then they are ranked on, are they disabled, are they elderly, do they have children, are they a veteran? And the state has a whole set of ranking criteria. So if you go for 5 and you end up with 20 good applications, then you rank them. And that's how the funds are set out. It would be nice if you could just pick this one, pick that one.
Yeah, maybe they don't
pick that
want
one
it.
over there.
We try
Exactly.
to help people, sometimes they don't help themselves.
Right. And maybe it's a land contract. We cannot do houses purchased on land contracts because the legalities of the ownership it's a little muddy.
Okay.
Thank you, and I'm sure Chris will be in touch.
All right, thank you.
Now, well, before you, I'm gonna shift gears a little bit.
Yes.
We had our Memorial Day up here at the cemetery. Does Region 12 offer any kind of grants to cemeteries if we were to, what do I wanna say that, Albert, build a memorial,
War memorial.
war memorial?
Let me check around, I'm in the housing, so let me check maybe with Chris Whitaker or somebody like that and see what, maybe a Vision Iowa or something like that. So it would be a war memorial.
Yes.
We wanna start out small and just kinda have something that we can add on to.
Yes, that would be really nice. That would be really nice.
Albert and I are going to Lamar's to look at one next week. Then we're gonna look at one in what, Breda, or was it Carroll? Is it Breda or Carroll? Is it Breda and Carroll?
Breda's got one. Odebo's got one.
Yeah, Odebo, yeah, we wanna, well, like Albert said, we wanna take a small one, and then we wanna, after 2 years, maybe build on
Add
it.
on and add on.
And then, yeah, exactly right, that is exactly right.
Mine's
Very, very good project, but I can check with Chris Whitaker and see if there's any type of funding available for those projects.
Why don't you, if you do find anything out, you can just send it to Chris.
Send it to Chris.
Yeah, and then Chris can let me or Albert know, or both of us know, or what have you, and we can go from there, so.
Okay,
Thank you very much,
all right.
appreciate it.
So Carla, do we want to talk a little bit about what we talked about earlier today?
If you have 5 minutes, I would like to.
Yeah, let's just do that. So we've got, we're gonna talk a little bit now about that, down payment assistance that we started 5 years ago.
Actually, it's more about 2008, 2009,
Okay,
when you
so
started.
a little further back than that.
Yes.
So we've got some people that are coming, up to the, 5-year, anniversary, I guess maybe you'd call it. And I don't know how you explain that it's done on a 10-year forgivable
Yes.
loan, but,
When this project was there, the amount of assistance dictated whether it was a 5 or 10-year forgivable loan.
okay.
Less than 15,000, it was 5 years. More than 15,000, it was 10 years. Well, as you know, sometimes people change a job or something happens and they leave, and so some of these go through the recapture period. And what we noticed that the Iowa Finance Authority, in its infinite wisdom, for whatever reason, has picked various programs and just condensed everybody down to a 5-year forgivable. No explanation as to why, but they did. So we've got recorded mortgages, we've got everything under the sun to the rules from 5-6 years ago. So that leaves cities in a situation where you need to make a decision. We have 4 projects that are left from your original one that haven't either already moved away or sold their home. And all 4 of them, according to the state, are either done with their forgivable term or will be done on July 5th of 2016. Now, our mortgages are all about 5 years after this because that was the rules when we made them. So the city's got a decision. Do you want to enforce that other 5 years? Or do you want to say the state gave it up, you've been there for 5 years, we're good with that? I've got some names for you here if that helps, or addresses. I'm not familiar, so you might want to.
So,
What we would say though is if you forgive those other 5 years like the state did, you need to do it for all 4, or you need to enforce the additional time. And if you did recapture any money, it's your money.
yeah, you know, I don't wanna say any names, I don't think that's the right thing to do.
So explain, you know, I've heard forgivable loan explained several different ways. I'd like to know what this forgivable loan is. What did we do originally? What is our, you know, what do we need to do?
I wasn't here originally, but I think what we did as a council was we added the $2,500 to each project,
Right.
assuming that it would be a 10-year forgivable loan. And then, like Carla said, the state said, oh, it's 5 years, you guys are forgiven.
So they threw in 2,500, we threw in 2,500?
No, the state would have thrown in.
The state would have thrown in over 15,000. I would have to look each
Okay.
person up, but to
Well, let's
be
just-
10,
Yeah, okay, let's take one. State threw in 15,000, we threw in 2,500. And then that money has just gone towards that house and those people have lived there for 5 years. So then we're saying you don't owe anybody any money. Is that what the forgivable loan
Right.
explanation is?
Right.
correct.
Okay, that's what I just want to make sure.
And I would say, looking on here, the
Thank you.
drawdown amount is what they borrowed, is that right?
They tend to take it back to only the down payment assistance when they've been doing these. There's one other city in our area that has this, and they've taken the amounts down to just the original down payment. It's almost like they have forgiven all the rehabilitation that was done on each house.
But we're,
Did they pay their share then, the people that we did helped out? Are they up to where they need to be on their,
Well, they've got 5 to 6
Right.
years in.
Yeah.
they got 5 years, the 5 to go?
Some of
If
them
we-
have 4,
Yeah, right,
some
yeah, I
of them have
understand,
5.
okay, yeah,
Yes.
whatever it is.
Yes.
If we go the 10-year route, correct?
If you go the
Right.
10-year route, they have some more time left on it.
Correct.
If you go the 5-year like the state did, 3 of those should have a satisfaction of their mortgage sent to them, and one of them is July 5th, so.
That's what you said, okay.
July 5th, 2016, yeah.
So really, the only thing, the benefit is to them is 5 years is forgiven, so they can either, if they want to sell it or move, if you leave it for the 10, then they've got to stay there longer. So,
Or pay
Or-
recapture
or
money.
pay recapture,
Or pay, yeah,
which they're not
whatever,
gonna do.
whatever
obviously,
we
so.
should, whatever we would get back.
Correct.
And that would only be our money?
Correct, because the state says we're done.
Yeah, so it would be, so we break up the $2,500 into 10 years, so it would be half of
You
that?
would take everybody's original mortgage, which ranges from $15,000 to $25,000, divide it by 10, and then take it times the amount of years left.
Oh, I see.
So if someone had 20,000 on their forgivable loan and had 3 years left,
Yeah,
it's getting late, 2,000 a year times 3 years, that's $6,000 that you would recapture, and it would be your money because Iowa Finance says, no, we're done
They don't
after
want it.
5.
so would be recapturing money that wasn't even ours in the first place, partially.
If you were over $2,500,
Yeah,
yes.
part of it.
But they agreed for the 10-year loan. The people that done this, they went for the 10-year
Correct.
to start with.
Correct.
And
Because
now
those were the
it's-
rules.
State went down to 5, and so we're sitting, okay, I understand where you're at.
They made a mess of the paperwork.
I mean, I did.
The
I think it'd be
mess.
very confusing to the people if we were to say, okay, we're sticking with the 10, the state's going with the 5, but we're sticking with the 10. I think that would just make it worse, wouldn't it?
I think Chris hit the nail on the head when he said we'd be recapturing money that isn't even the city's.
And if you look at the list of people that are on here, and the things that they did to their house, you know, there's really only one on here that I can't think of something that really was done that really made it a nice house. Or a much nicer house. So, you know, everybody really did a lot to their house with this and added some tax base, I think, so. I don't know. It's kind of a crappy thing for somebody to do, but like the state, what they came on, you know, just changed the rules in the middle of it. But
it's not affecting.
I agree with Rob though, I mean,
Great event.
if we did,
Yeah,
Yeah,
their forgivable
this-
period
yeah,
would
they
be
don't
done.
anyway,
you
right?
guys could look at this too.
Yeah, I don't-
They,
You wouldn't understand, nobody'd understand what the heck's going on. You know,
No,
what?
if they've already been there 5-6 years, they probably don't have much plans. But
and
you know,
I can't
jobs
think of
change.
anybody on there who's gonna leave right now, other than one of them. And that's kinda why we're talking about this, they wanna build a house and, okay.
Build a house in this town? No.
No.
No, we can force them to stay there, right? Yeah, I understand.
Stuff. And houses have been moved.
And
Yeah,
I think, there's a sibling that probably is gonna wanna stay in town. But I don't think that should sway any of our decision here,
No.
honestly. You know, I think we should, you know, make a decision on what we think is right. And I personally think that to go back on what the state says, I mean, would be very confusing.
Since they
Muddy
made the
water.
call to do, they muddied the first water
Yeah,
and kind of left it for us all to find our way out of it. So we see that.
Questions, council? Concerns? Council care to vote tonight?
well, we really don't have this necessarily on the council
Yeah.
meeting to vote
We
on,
got time.
Yeah.
so, yeah, I'm not sure. We could put.
I
it
think this
next-
one here, I just probably just won't just leave it alone. I mean, us gaining something to make it worth a lot of headaches we could cause might not be
Right.
worth anything at all, so,
Right.
Could cause some hard feelings, Francis.
yeah.
And honestly,
The best thing we could do is mirror the state.
Yeah, we just
So long
make
as the
it,
state's-
just leave it alone and just let the 5-year be the 5-year and,
what we're gonna gain is not gonna be
yeah, it's
enough
not,
to
it's not worth
offset
the,
all the
yeah.
pain.
And some of those early ones are coming up on 6 years already.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you have any questions or need any further information regarding them, or if you want the original dollar values, I didn't quite have time to add those to the list
Okay.
right there, so,
Yeah, that's, this helps.
okay,
We know where they're at and what they've done, and we know what the houses look like now, you know, so.
okay. Very good.
Thank you very much for coming out.
Yes,
Yes,
thank
thank
you.
you.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
You too.
Oh, no. I don't have it anymore.
So does, you want council to vote on that?
We can't.
Can't.
Not
Oh,
on
we
the
can't vote
agenda.
on that tonight? Oh, because it's not.
Not on
It's not on the agenda, is it?
Okay. Okay, discuss and approve resolution 2016-6, a resolution accepting Schrader's third edition lot sale to Brad and Ann Jacobson.
Yeah, so this is what we had the public hearing on. And all this is doing is saying that we're okay with the
Accepting
bid
their
that they
bid.
got. We're okay that we didn't get any other bids, and, you know, this will put into
Motion.
motion the deed being started and all that good kind of stuff, so. And I talked to Ann the other day, she's got a contractor ready to go, and she's ready to start
Well,
digging.
they got the floor plans all drawn up?
Well,
Close.
she's ready to start digging. Let's say
I'd make
that.
a motion that we approve resolution 2016-06.
Second?
I'll second it.
Moved and accepted, moved and seconded to approve 2016-06 resolution accepting the bid. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. Discuss and approve engineering agreement and task order with DGR.
Yeah, so, we're getting ready to start doing some engineering for the west part of phase one. That'd be coming down from from Twilight Acres all the way to Cookies, running just a main line down there. And so DGR's decided that they wanted to do their contracts a little bit different. They want to have a main contract that talks about what they can and can't do, prices obviously, and then they want to have like tasks. So we had task one was what they engineered already for us. Task two potentially is what they call a flash, arc flash study. So they go around and to all of our three-phase transformers, and they put a little thing on there that says this is arc flash, and they do a study. What's the probability of this happening? Now I'm checking around on that because that was $18,000. I'm checking around if there's a better place we can get that done. Maybe IMU will do that for us for a little bit cheaper price. But so what they would do then from now on would be, instead of making a contract for every little thing that we do, we've got a contract with them, and then they do task orders. So it's just a little bit more condensed way of having a contract. This first contract here is for the west side, like I said, the engineering of the west side. And although we're not even close to starting that, what we want to do is we want to get this going because it takes quite a while for them to do what they do. So we don't want to have to wait.
17 or Pinion?
We don't want to have to wait for them again. I'm on page 17, but
Right,
it goes
okay.
from 16 to
Right.
somewhere around 20 probably. And 18, I guess you'll see their cost is similar to the other one, $13,500, and it's estimated because it's all hourly. We've asked them not to do any of the, lining up contractors and getting bids for material and all that good kind of stuff. So, so if you guys are okay with this, we can approve this tonight. If not, if you want to see something different, we can ask them to do something different.
I
We
think
can bring
this
it
is
back.
fine, Chris, but I don't know about the 18,000 deal.
Well, no, that's not even on here.
That's not on
That's
there.
not. We're not even talking about that.
Yeah,
right
this
now.
is just this deal first.
We're working on more prices on that yet,
Right,
because
okay.
I think $18,000 is.
Is that something that we have to
Nuts.
have done, or is that just something,
I think it's
They
something that
dreamed
we
up.
have to have done.
yeah, I was just kinda wondering.
No, they didn't ask us to do it. Myron came in and asked me if we had one done. He was at a training or something, and he asked me if we'd had one done. And told him I think Mark and I talked about it once. I remember, and I'm not sure that Mark ever got that done, or if I'm not sure Mark can do that kind of thing, or could have. I think that's an engineer deal. So, but I'm checking into that some more. I'll talk to you guys about that later. That's not something we have to have done tomorrow.
Right.
But this one you'd like to vote on tonight?
Yeah, I think we'd like to vote on this one tonight, just so we can get started, if that's what you guys want to do, with the west part of the.
That's where we're taking it down to Cookies, or where are you going
Right,
to?
from Twilight Acres to
We didn't
Cookies.
start now, we was going just down here first, but
Right,
now
we're
we're
gonna
going
go all
that
the way
way.
down here, and
Right.
we're still gonna finish this out,
Yeah, sure.
right, and then we're gonna go over there. We just wanna get the engineering done before we get to that point. Cause once that's done, that's not gonna change.
Questions, council? If not, I entertain a motion.
I think this is what we were looking for from them. But I think that we have learned, as long as we're going along here, that we need our input then along with the design that they give us, our plan on how long it's gonna take us to get it done.
Oh,
You know, I mean, that's something that I think that we've learned we need.
Yeah, because we wasn't going that way to start with, right? Well, we was just going straight down here
I
first.
know, I mean,
But now we're going
whatever
over
we're
there.
doing, we
No.
just need to, you know, we haven't, we had some conflict here in the past over how much we're getting done, how much we're not getting done.
Oh,
So I
okay.
think that we need to sit down and give ourselves, as long as we're gonna get something, an engineering layout for us, then we'll go back and say, okay, how long is this gonna take us? Doesn't mean that we're gonna hold our feet to the fire and make sure we get done in that amount of time, but
right.
it gives us some commitment to that time schedule.
So should we ask them to
I
add
don't
that?
know, I don't know if that's something that they would do because they don't know who we have.
I mean, we don't know how fast it takes to drill or bore or whatever, sometimes it's simple.
I think it's a good start though, to ask them,
You can
hey,
ask
you know, cause they're gonna provide us a material list. They did that for the last one, you know, so I can't imagine that, how many working days would you put on this would cost us any more? You know, a couple $100 maybe at the most, but.
I guess it's.
Well, I can't see why it would cost any more.
Yeah, part of the deal.
They've already done this. I would assume they're smart enough to do that.
Yeah. That'd be a good place to start, I think.
At $200 an hour, that's figured out,
Yeah.
or 3 or whatever it is.
You notice though on this, on page 18, that they don't just set a cost of $13,500.
No,
It
it's
says
estimated.
estimated hourly, so it could be more, it could be less. I think the last time we had them do it, I think it was right at 14,000.
I think we kinda stressed to them that we wanted to stay close to what the number they did.
If I remember right, I think you're right, Francis.
Originally gave us, so
But if you guys remember though, from the original, you know, that
we've made changes.
14,000 was, if they would have done everything, that would have cost us about 125, something like that, $1,000. So that's,
Well, it don't hurt to
Well,
try to
even
keep them in
way
line. Every
different.
time we
They have-
hire somebody, we usually get a big overrun, so it'd be nice to be in line.
They had a $3.4 million proposal
yeah.
and they get 15% of it, so that's more like.
Yeah, the whole thing was 400.
$500,000.
Yeah, right.
You know, so
The only thing we were trying to protect is our main interest, you know, because of the Sandquist deal with that engineering deal, that kind of got a little crazy and out of hand there. That's
Oh,
what, you know, that's why we're looking to kind of keep some type of thumb on it anyway.
So if you guys are okay with them engineering the west part, and this $13,000 estimated hourly, we could approve that tonight, and then, you know, we'll worry about other task orders as we get them. We'll approve those as we go.
I would move we accept the 13,500 estimated hourly
Second.
bid.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded to approve the engineering agreement and task force order with DGR. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. Motion carried. Discuss and approve building permits, Sandra Roth, storage building, Nathan Swenson of storage building, and Brad and Ann Jacobson, storage shed addition.
I sure thought that was gonna be a house application, but it wasn't. For Brad and Ann.
They didn't have a lot yet.
No, you're right, they didn't. I tried to get it out of her, but.
Has Harry looked them over all right?
Yeah,
Everything's-
yeah, if you guys look at the bottom of each of the front pages, you'll see that Jim has signed them and he dated them and he approved them.
Yeah, well, he wants us his $25.
I would make a motion, we approve the building permits.
All the building permits?
Yeah.
Second? Second?
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded to approve all the building permits. Sandra Roth, Nathan Swenson, and Brad and Ann Jacobson. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed nay. Discuss and approve ESAC County School Lighting Efficiency Program.
And I can't remember how long ago it was.
Oh,
It
6
was-
months?
Well, it's been a couple of months for sure. No, probably 6 months. Hell, it's already May, isn't it? Back in January or February, we talked about these guys doing this. So the cost of the material is about $2,500, and then the labor obviously is higher than that, but, so, they talked the lumberyard into splitting the cost with them, so we gave the lumberyard $1,000. Now we've got $1,000 left to give these guys, if you guys approve this tonight.
If you remember, Chris and I were on, I think Gary, you were on that committee, but you were gone.
Yeah.
We were on that energy efficient program that guy come in and helped us with all the time.
Mhm.
And that's where this came from, actually. Correct me
We're
if
not
I'm wrong.
buying, we're buying the lights, we're just buying the lights, right? Or we
No.
gotta, now we're stuck to the labor?
No,
What our program is, Gary, is we've got $2,000 in an
Right, I
account,
understand that.
and we'll pay for 50% of the material
Right,
to put in new LED lights. So up to $2,000.
right.
The lumberyard's already taken 1,000
Mhm.
to put in new lights, so we've got $1,000 left. So all we're doing tonight is approving $1,000
Right.
payment to the school, if that's what you guys want to do.
Motion? Or more discussion?
No, I think this is why we're doing it. I mean, has anybody else expressed any interest in it?
Yes, Corn Belt Telephone Company came in after these two had talked, and I told Lee that, you know, for this year we've kind of spent our money, but we're gonna probably do it again next year, and so he wasn't actually ready to pull the trigger on it yet anyway.
Right.
So I think next year when we fund it again, I think he'll be ready.
Rondell will be.
I think they'll be ready, yeah.
Motion, please?
I make the motion we approve the school's share of this.
Second?
I'd second that.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the Sac County School Lighting Efficiency Program. All in favor say aye.
aye.
All opposed nay. Let's go baling.
You betcha. We only got one bid, that's why it's in here. $40 a ton is $10 a ton less than what they paid last year. And these guys kind of worked with Glenn Detterman last year, so that's probably what they're going to do again this year. The reason they said they went $10 less is because they noticed that there's more grass than
Hay,
alfalfa.
alfalfa,
yeah.
So, and personally, you know, I think
It's time to cut it.
just to have, yeah, it's definitely time to cut it. There's no question about that. But just to have it mowed and looking decent,
Yeah.
and us not having to do it, you know, it's worth that to me.
I'd make the motion that we approve Fred and Jennifer Olson for cutting the mowing and baling Schrader's third edition Green Space 2016 season.
Second?
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve the baling sealed bid. All in favor say aye. All opposed nay. Smoking and drinking license farm festival.
Let's approve it.
You don't like my adoptions?
Yeah, the tobacco license is for this country store.
Yeah.
So
I'd make a motion we approve Kimmy's for the tobacco license.
Second?
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve the tobacco permit. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. Now the liquor license for the Farm Fest, right?
yep. And this is for each race and then the farm festival.
Now I've talked to Rob and samples will be given out at the store at our convenience. Oh, don't raise them eyebrows to me. Liquor license for the Farm Festival during the races.
I'll make a motion we approve the liquor license for the farm festival.
Second?
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded to approve the liquor license for the Farm Fest. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. Discuss and approve Sergeant Drilling bid for well controls at WIE Well. Is that $14,000 you were talking to us about last? For the repair and the,
35,000.
okay, must be something different then.
So yeah, we had the basically the whole well out, put a new pitless adapter in, put the new pump in, put it all back together, and then Derek was there watching the controls. And the way I understand it is the controls that we have in the control house aren't built for the flow that we have. They detect the flow at the pump house instead of at WIE.
Of the tank.
So what happens is you turn the pump on, pump a bunch of water, you turn the pump off, that water goes like this and bangs against whatever the control is, so it thinks it needs to turn back on again, and so it's just turning on and off all the time.
So we need more sophisticated controls.
Well, we need to put the controls up at WIE, I guess, is what he's saying. I don't know, this is the way it's always been.
And we ruined two of them.
We never did ruin a pump.
Did Sergeant,
No,
was Sergeant the one that put that well in the first, right? Wasn't it Sergeant, or was it somebody else?
I can't tell you that
I
right
think they
now,
did.
back in 2004 or 5.
I don't remember.
So the page 34 is the email from Derek. Talks about, kind of what I just talked about, only much smarter than what I just said.
Misdesign.
There you go. Page 35 is the controls that we were just talking about. And then page 36 is called a VFD, variable, I don't know. But anyway, what it does is it allows the motor to start up slow. He says the one that we put on there a few years back is not really designed for a well. It's just one that starts a motor, a regular motor. So
Can Myron wire the VFD?
I don't know.
Because it says the city will be responsible for hiring an electrician to wire the VFD.
I would assume if he can't, then Chris should be able to.
Oh,
Right
okay.
now, we're talking 11,000 and 15, is that what you're?
Yes.
Is there two different deals there, right? What do you think, Chris? You think it's really necessary, or what is your opinion?
Well, I don't know. I mean, like Rob said, we've ruined
Never ruined a pump yet, have we?
not a pump, but
And that's been 12 years?
the pipes, and I'm not sure I mean, I think that's been in there since it started.
I think we put a pump in. In fact, I'm almost sure we have.
Have we?
We did replace the pump, you think, right? I can't remember either.
Too. And they blamed it on the short turn the first time, didn't they?
Mhm.
The short term, what's that?
Oh, there was a short turn in the line or something, I can't remember how they explained it.
Like that?
It just angled too quick, and so there was a lot of pressure on the pump.
How long has it been this pump been in here, do you think?
No, I
Been
can't
5
tell you for
years?
sure.
Any
It's probably
idea?
been around there. I really couldn't tell you for sure.
I can't remember doing it since I got here, which was
I don't
maybe
remember it
20.
either, but then, hell, I've only been here about 5 years, so.
I mean, there was a turn in the line too quick after the pump.
So when it was pumping,
Yeah.
it was pushing too much pressure.
Yeah,
When the pump kicked on, it was full bore right away and just, it almost like it deadheaded itself.
And then when it stopped just like that too.
Yep.
I see.
I don't remember that during my term, but I could be wrong too. This is my 7th year, so I don't remember that, so.
Yeah, it's funny what you do and don't remember.
What are we charging WA for water?
$1.15 a thousand. So we get 2,000, 2,500 a month, roughly.
Maybe I'm wrong, but if we got this kind of expense out there,
30,000.
we may have to bump up just a little bit to start covering some of this kind of cost. You're talking 35,000 and that, on everything, including all this, Chris?
Yeah, this is completely separate from what we had to do.
That's another deal, that's besides this.
Yeah.
So we already spent 35?
Roughly, yeah, I don't
And
know
now we got
exactly what those numbers
another 26. So we're talking about 50,000.
27.
are. Yeah, if we want
Yeah,
to.
we decide to do
28 by
this,
the time you pay
okay.
tax.
And here again, you know, this is the only bid that we've got, so it's not like, you know, it's not like this is what we have to do. We haven't, although these guys do most of our,
Right.
you know,
Sergeant does, yeah.
they do most of our well work.
That don't include sales tax, they forgot to put that on there.
We don't pay sales tax, so.
We're tax exempt.
They may charge us sales tax, but we don't have to pay it.
We're tax exempt, Gary.
We don't have to pay it.
I guess, maybe talk to Derek and, you know, if we had the option to do one or the other, which I'm sure he wants to do both, you know, which would he prefer we do, if we were gonna, you know, maybe do it in stages?
Right,
Which
do
one-
one first and then the other
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that makes
I
a
would-
lot of sense.
I would
for me.
suspect he'd probably wanna do the, not the soft start, but
The controls.
yeah.
I think the controls would be the most important also. So
That's a good idea, Frank.
I'll talk to him and see, you know, if he says the same thing. And then,
Maybe we should get a second bid, we're talking big money here, guys. I know they do all our work, but $26,000 plus the 35. That adds up pretty quick.
There's several ways to look at that, Gary.
I understand that.
I mean,
But
you can
to
look at,
recuperate our cost here, we may have to do something different on it.
well, if you get sergeant, you know what kind of reputable work
Yeah,
they
I
do.
know they're good, yeah, I know.
If you go find somebody else, are they gonna be as reputable? Are they gonna try and stick the shaft to us?
Well, I know this hole in the
I'm just
well
saying,
was
there's
a
several
very
days-
fluke deal, that shouldn't have hardly ever happened. That 12-year-old well,
No,
we
he's
got that
coming in
hole
here.
in there, that shouldn't have happened.
no,
Well,
and those are the kind of things that
It just happens, you know what I mean?
you can't guess that that's gonna happen.
No, I understand.
we'll table this for right now, until Chris gets back to us with,
Yeah, I'll talk to Derek some more.
yeah, see what he, and maybe he's gonna say, think you should do them both and do them both right away, too. I don't know. Is it possible, France?
Well, you know, I'm sure, you know, what's gonna come, you gotta do both, but hey, my question is if we push come to shove, which one
Is more important.
do you think
Yeah.
we should do first?
I agree with you, Franny. I think he's gonna say the controls, because we've got a variable frequency drive on there now. So even though it's not, you know, a well one,
Yeah.
it still is one, so.
Okay. We'll move on. Discuss and approve the electric line maintainer apprenticeship program committee.
Yeah, and you can see that on page 37. We have to come up with a committee to kind of oversee what Chris is doing here and at IMU. Not necessarily that we know what training he should have or not have, but just maybe an oversight committee to make sure that the steps that he's taken is what we want him to take for Wall Lake. You know, one of the things that comes to mind right away is they have pole climbing training at IMU. Well, I can't imagine that Chris would ever climb a pole here for any reason at all. And we've got 2 bucket trucks. If you need to get to the top of the pole, you're going to drive a
Need the
bucket
bucket
truck
truck,
to get to
yeah.
the top of the pole. So,
But is that training part of the training to qualify for the whole program?
no,
Is-
no. This was a like an overhead training that they did last winter, and I talked to the guy at IMU, and we just elected not to send him to that. He didn't think that was too bad of an idea. I mean, he said some people do, some people don't. So, no, does he have to have that to become a lineman? I don't think so. No, if he does, then certainly we'll do that.
Yeah.
But that's just one thing that comes to my mind, Franny, for this committee. That do we want him to do this in Wall Lake, or do we want him to work more on this? Whatever that may be.
Would it be beneficial to have Myron on that?
Oh yeah,
to
Myron,
help us?
absolutely, Myron will be on it.
Okay. Put me on there. I'd like to be on there. Anybody else on council?
I'd be on it.
And I don't think we need a lot of people. I mean, I think 5 is plenty. But, you know, anything under that I think is fine too.
Okay.
So, yeah, obviously Myron's gonna be on it. No, I think,
Keep it odd number though.
you and Franny, I think that's fine. If nobody else wants to do it.
I can be on it, well, no problem. I'm gone 3 months out of the year, don't make no difference, does it? She's quiet over there.
I didn't say a word, I just
You were
got.
thinking though?
Yeah, I was
Cough.
thinking.
Don't
Did you
make-
cough?
Yeah, I was trying to cough and laugh at the same time, it's a bad deal.
Yeah, straighten up.
Okay. Discuss and approve the
Wait
sum.
a second, let's vote on that.
Oh, okay. Motion, please. For the committee as presented.
I think a long term, and Myron be here for maybe 5 more years.
Yeah,
I think you better do it because it's gonna take a few years to get it.
yeah.
Who are we talking about?
Me, Gary, Franny, and Myron on the committee.
And Chris?
Chris?
That's up to you guys.
Fine with me if you want to volunteer for it.
Well, it's not like, I mean, we're gonna be meeting a couple times a year, Steve, so it's not like it's gonna be,
Well, it's like Ron said, I'd like an odd number of people on there.
It's fine with me.
Committees work out better with odd numbers.
Me, Chris, Gary, and Franny, and Myron.
I would make that motion.
Second?
I'd second that.
Moved and seconded to approve the committee for the Maintainer Apprenticeship Program Committee, which would be me and Chris, Gary Faber, and Francis Rydell, and Myron Orr. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, nay. Is there, I didn't go through this quite as far as I should have, Chris. Do you have a list of the summer help that you'd like to hire?
no, I was just gonna tell you,
Okay.
we got 3 applications. Ty Brotherson, Connor Roth, who worked for us last year, and Dallas Rolfe.
Dallas would be Jamie's.
Yep. Ty is Chris, Bubba,
Oh, Brotherson, okay.
right, and obviously Connor, you know,
Yep.
Dan and Tina. So what we thought was the best when we got those was to have Dallas come in 2 days a week, Monday and Wednesday. Mondays seem like they're always just crazy, so we thought we'd have him come in on Monday, and then Wednesday for garbage, and then Connor and Ty every day unless it's raining. And then probably won't have a lot for them to do if it's raining, so then we'll send them home.
Will those be our 2 full-time, like mowing people?
Those 3 kids have all been working quite a bit already. They all worked last week, and they are really good workers. Seem like really good kids, all 3 of them.
Questions for Chris on these 3 that have applied?
What kind of salary, paying them in wage or more, or what kind of price on that?
$8 an hour. We've always started them at, and then Connor, what do we move him up to, $8.50
Mhm.
for a 2nd-year guy? It's kind of the way we've always done it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Questions, council? If no questions and no concerns, I would entertain a motion to approve the 3 summer helps that have applied.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
I'd second.
Moved and seconded to approve the 3 summer help that Chris has described to us. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay.
And I will tell you that I got a call today with a compliment on our cemetery, how nice it looked. So
Everybody I talked to thought it was fine. I mean, you're gonna have somebody who's never happy, I'm just saying.
yeah,
Okay, discuss the new Chevy pickup that we're gonna buy for the city.
Chevy.
Oh, pardon me.
No, and you know, this isn't something that I really planned on. You know, we always, when we hire the summer help, we always have them drive that old Ford pickup, and it's just at the point now where we really can't do much with it. You can't shut the key off,
Safety concerns.
so to speak. When you turn the vehicle off, the battery stays on and it dies. So you have to pop the hood, you have to take the positive wire off, so the battery will stay okay, and so it's just, yeah, it's not,
Time to move down the highway.
yeah.
Nobody can fix it either.
So there's two lines of thought. We could, you know, we could go out and buy a $5,000 pickup and let the summer kids drive that, or you know, we could go buy a new pickup and just kind of ratchet down.
What year is that?
What year is the old pickup?
I was
1995,
gonna say
Four,
97, 90, yeah, it's
six.
down in there
Yeah,
somewhere.
Just hotwire it.
something there.
Grandpa, that ain't old.
We'll have to have you help us with that, Ron.
Got a lot of miles on it, does it?
Does it have a lot of miles on it? I don't know. I don't know that.
Put it this way, Gary, it's seen its days.
Yeah, it's paid for itself. So like I said, there's two lines of thought. We could either go buy a $5,000 or $10,000 pickup, or we could go buy a new one. I don't have any costs. I don't you know, I'm not sure that we should do anything
Well,
tonight.
we
as
won't
far
vote
as
on
that
anything
goes.
tonight, but we wanna give you some sort of direction on which way to go.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. You know, what do you want me to look for?
If I find a real good used pickup around,
You
I'm
can
sure
get
there's
some low
some.
mileage.
Is it a point, or,
no, you wanna buy a new one?
Well, they need to get
Why not?
somewhere, or
Pretty reasonable.
haul equipment to somewhere, or is it just?
Yeah, really what they do with it, Franny, is they throw the weed eaters in the back. You know, they'll throw grass in the back if they pick it up, sticks and stuff like that. So yeah, basically it's a get from here to there type of thing. But really can't use the car to do it because you do need to throw some stuff in the back, gasoline and you know, stuff like that.
Would,
So
if.
Well, here's my thoughts here, and it's just a thought here. Why don't we put a hitch in the car, buy a small trailer, spend
what
maybe $3,000,
the guys
not even that, probably $2,000, and we could serve the same purpose. And plus, if we had to have four of them go somewhere, they could all get and pick up, instead of taking two vehicles, they could do it in one car.
There you go. The guys had talked about a trailer too, so that potentially could kill two birds with one stone.
I never looked at it like that.
They'll trash the car.
True.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Well,
my
they're there
opinion.
3 months out of the year is about all it is. We're talking just a short summer session there, right?
Yeah,
for that part.
I'm just saying, they'll trash the car, don't be shocked when it's trashed. on
Yeah,
the
that would
outside.
just put a dead man switch on the pickup.
Yeah.
I'd do that for maybe $50.
What year's our white one, that new one that's got the snow blade?
2011, maybe.
We don't put no miles on them, that's the only thing, is that new pickup probably only got 20,000 miles on it.
No, I think it's got 35.
Or does it 35, okay.
Gotta remember, that does a lot of the snow blowing.
Yeah, I
snow
know, it
plowing.
does drive around town for that, yeah. We gotta take it to, all the way to Carroll now for a while. It's a good pickup.
I was gonna say, if you, went on a pickup basis, we might wanna look at something that we're gonna look at, that it can pull the new trailer, we can maybe transfer the snow plow over, or maybe buy another snow plow. So you'd have two snow plows, pickup snow plows. I mean, that's an option, that's something to look at.
Yeah.
Plus the fact that, you know, he just told you it's a 2011. It's already 5 years old. I think it's got more than 35 on it myself, but I don't know, Chris, you could be right.
Yeah, it's got about 38,000 on it.
So,
We was talking about the big truck up there, that went all to pieces on that too, didn't it? That,
What's that?
that
An old
dump truck, the
van.
big dump truck, that didn't come up yet, has it?
Yeah, I'm still working on that too. I mean, that thing's a lot shot too. So
the green one.
yeah.
Yeah. So we got a lot of things we can spend money on, just whether we wanna go is important.
Well, you can also look at,
Too much good.
I know Adams and Dennison, I don't know about Odebo, they'll lease you a pickup for 3 months. Now, what they charge, I don't know. We haven't leased a pickup in years. I know, Breeda Furt does, doesn't they, Franny?
I could.
I was over there the other day and they had an Adams pickup that had plates on it that they lease. So you could look into that too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll look into whatever you guys think.
Give Chris some sort of direction which way you're leaning, so he has an idea so he's not wasting his time and spending.
I'd say look around.
It'd work. Dead man switching on a pickup would work too.
You just put a dead man switch on there, huh?
You don't need to have 4 people in the pickup, do you?
Not generally.
But just get a standard cab. You can get them 20-some thousand there.
Yeah, that's all we would.
I think we only spent 18, isn't that what we spent, Rob? And then 11?
I have no idea.
If I remember right. Because I think Beckman gave us a good deal on it. Well, help council out, or help Chris out, council, on which sort of direction you'd like him to see.
Well, Franny said if we put a dead man switch on the one we got, it'd work.
Well, I'd save him some time, because then he'd just go get that
It's
done.
only $50.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit more than that, but it's still,
That'd be a Band-Aid for this year.
Well, for this summer, then look for something really good later
It's
on.
not gonna solve the problem.
Who would do that, Franny? Speeds?
Speeds or Gander would probably do that.
Gansmer?
Yeah. You just put it in the, I think on our, most of our pickups and stuff for the fire department, they're right, as you open the door, they're right there.
Council happy with that?
Yeah, we got 3
That'd be-
options there.
That'd be the
You can
quickest
still
thing.
look
to do.
around and price.
Yeah,
this
that'd be the
is-
quickest thing to do, then we got a little time.
Yeah, that ain't gonna cost as much, and we can always look for something better.
Okay. Got your sense of direction there, Chris?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Discuss and approve resolution 2016-07, resolution setting a public hearing date for the sale of Outlot 6 and Block 2 of Sherwood's First Edition to Wall Lake.
Yeah, so we already sold this lot to Nathan Swenson, but we have to offer a public hearing for people to come and say, you know, I liked it or I didn't like it.
Or I want to bid against it, or
Nope,
can't do
no
that?
bidding against it. It's already his.
Okay.
So we just have to have a public hearing to let them, you know, say I did or didn't like it. And what this resolution does is sets that date.
Do they have to have a 30-day? Or just a 2-week, or?
No, this sets the day for, well, I guess we write it in there.
But probably,
So, I don't think it's gotta be any certain amount of time, but I think we would wanna go for 30 days because we have to put this in the paper
Mhm.
with a date,
Mhm.
and then we have to put another one similar to this in the paper
Second
2
publishing.
weeks later.
Yep,
Yeah, so-
second publish.
Right.
Yep.
So, yeah, I would say that we would wanna do this probably the first meeting in July.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what day that is, you guys.
July 4th is a Monday.
But that's the
So
first
July
one.
11th. The first meeting would be July 11th.
Need a motion on this resolution.
Yes.
Yeah,
I make that motion to approve the resolution number 2016-07
for July 11th, Ron.
July
For the public hearing.
for the public hearing.
Second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to set the public hearing for resolution 2016-07 for July 11th at 7 PM in council chambers. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Discuss and approve job description, Public Works Superintendent.
Yeah, so I didn't know we had this. I got to looking around on my computer and I found it. Changed a couple of things. A couple of things needed to be added and subtracted. There was no natural gas utility in here. Talked about Public Works guy doing most of the electric utility, which I think if you look at that last sentence there, I think this person should only supervise the electric department.
So you wanna tweak, is that 3.1, is that what, the one you're looking at?
Yeah,
You wanna tweak that a little bit? Is that what you, or did you tweak it already?
yeah.
Supervisors, you added that.
No, yeah, I didn't actually tweak it. I highlighted there sort of, Steve, that, you know, what it says, the electric utility. Supervises, participates, maintains, and operates electric distribution system. Well, you know, we've got Myron to do that.
That's correct.
So,
Looks like a lot of stuff on there.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, a lot of that should be, that would fall to, when it says electric utility, just say supervisors and participates.
There you go.
Council happy with just that?
And, you know, I think this is something that you guys could probably look at for a couple of weeks. I mean, this is pretty long.
Mhm.
It's a few pages, so. See if there's anything in there you don't like.
Or if you want added.
Yeah, right.
Read this over and we're gonna table this one, and then we'll bring it back up at the next meeting to see if there's any more tweaks that we want Chris to make to it. And then we can get back to him on that. Is that okay with you, Chris?
Yep.
Public forum, no need to change the June 20th
Just
meeting.
wait, just wait, just wait.
Oh, did I miss one?
Job description. Oh, no, we just did that one. My fault. Sorry.
We don't have to change the June 20th meeting now?
No.
We can go back to 7 o'clock?
Well, there won't be a June 20th meeting.
What is the 20th?
I don't know what day it was, but our meetings will be June 13th, I believe, and 27th, so I have no idea what I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
So
Disregard then.
disregard that, yep.
Okay, and then, did you hear anything from the Sac County League of Cities? Is that next week?
Did I print something off here? I think I did, Steve. Or was that Northwest Iowa? No, Northwest Iowa was the one I got.
That's at Lamar's.
Oh, no, Sac County doesn't have one in June.
We don't have one, June, July, and August? we
Right,
don't have one?
Sac County doesn't have one June, July,
Okay.
August, so. Yeah, this is Northwest Iowa League.
Yeah,
And
I got
we should
that.
have Noel come in here too, he wants to talk more about tennis courts.
Okay. The Northwest Iowa meeting is at Lamar's. Social hours at 5, dinner's at 6. You have to let Chris know by June 6th. Okay? June 6th, I believe that's a Monday, if I'm correct. Is that correct, Chris? June 6th? Because the 9th is a
Yeah,
Thursday.
9th is a Thursday, so.
Okay. Mr. Cook? No, that's these people here at the table. I'm just playing with Steve.
Okay, Steve.
Have a chair at the end there.
Come
No.
on. How we doing tonight?
Yeah.
Good. You want me to go ahead?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, well, I contacted the guy that's been doing our resurfacing for the courts, and I apologize, I only got one copy here. That's because my copy jammed as I was coming down.
She's almost free.
It is. It's more than I thought. He came up and looked at it, and he says the cracks are pretty bad. It's gonna take him a long time to refill it, you know? And do the preparation that we talked about at the last time, which was to stop the cracks from coming back. Now, there's also another way to do it, you know, the same old way we've done it in the past. So I asked him what that would be, and he said about half of that for one quart. Which, I guess, you know, I mean, the right way to do it probably is, you know, this way, so it would never come back, but I don't know, you know.
With this heaving and throwing and all that, you think it'd never come back?
Well, I think it's, what I researched, it's pretty good, it's a pretty good system, you know. But I mean, you still gotta recover them, you know, repaint them every so often, you know, but, you know, the last time we did it, it lasted you know, 7, 8 years without it, you know, without that.
Pretty close to 10, wasn't it, no?
Yeah, well, yeah, the last couple of years have been pretty bad, but, unless, you know, unless there's something like you said before, Steve, is, I don't know what the cost is with asphalt on it, you know? I have no idea, you know, I don't know what that would be.
Spendy, we just had a price out
Did
south
you?
on some asphalt that they want to put down, and
A lot, huh? Yeah,
a chunk of change.
yeah. Yeah. Anyhow, you could do one quart for either that or the old way for like, 5,000.
That 10 number, that's for both quarts in?
No,
That's just for one quart?
that's one doing it the right way.
Oh, the right way,
Yeah, I
okay,
mean, with all the,
okay.
Fixer
Fixer-upper jobs.
right,
Okay,
and 5,000 would be one quart to do it the old way that we used to do it, you know, just, yeah, you'll still fill the cracks
I'm not sure, there's
and,
two up in
and
there.
put the paint on it, you know.
It's about 150 by 60, roughly.
2 of them,
No,
1,
maybe 120 by 60, something like that.
Yeah, it's a pretty good area, you know.
Yeah. Costs about $7,000 to put asphalt on.
that would have cost?
For the whole thing?
No,
Oh,
one
for
quart.
one quart?
Yeah,
That's
How
inch
much?
thick, or what is it, 2 inches thick, or?
I was gonna say how thick.
I don't know.
That's less than I thought. Then you gotta paint, then you gotta resurface it, you know.
Yeah.
So now where are you up to 10?
Huh?
Then where
Oh,
are you
no,
up to 10?
painting,
Yeah.
painting will cost you 5,000 too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if it'd cost you that much if you had asphalt, because I think you don't have to fill wouldn't have to fill the cracks and stuff, you know, because there would be no cracks, you know. But anyhow, I come up with, talk to some of my people, I can throw in $2,500, you know. Try to keep it going. So if you know, which I thought was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm
You know?
telling you.
Thank you. I appreciate
you
that.
talked about 25 or just 10?
What?
25 guys or just 10 you talked?
I talked to enough of them, but it's mostly me and another guy, you know? You know?
I can't
So-
understand that.
How does that work, huh? I mean, you know, if you wanted, you know, the right way to do it would be the 10 and whatever, but the other way to do it, to get it done, would be the
5.
5, and you guys would only be out laying $2,500 or whatever.
What about, how many years you think you got left?
Yeah, I got left 20.
How long, do you think that would, the 5 one would last another 10 years, no?
No,
No?
you'll start seeing cracks in 2-3 years, I think.
Deterioration again?
Yeah, be the same old thing, you know. I mean, it's getting bad down there, you know.
So the 5,000 would be just a Band-Aid?
Well, it'd do it. I mean, it did it last time. I mean, you know, we would, you know, he still puts crack filler in. It's just ain't the Cadillac, you know what I mean? I mean, he still fills the cracks, you know, with the crack filler, and then he go over it with the coating, you know. And, you know, it'll come back, you know, but I bet
Well,
you.
cracks are gonna come back no matter what, I think.
Well, this other stuff is, man.
Guaranteed.
Well, they're damn good, you know. I mean, they really are. That's what I read. And that's all the.
So that 10,000, is that including the painting or no painting?
Yeah,
It is?
yeah,
That
everything,
10
yeah.
That includes the painting?
Yeah, and painting
So
and,
is the 500.
right. 10,000, what really costs the money, I think, is to do the cracks, you know, the way it sounded. I didn't think it'd be that much. I thought it was, you know, a couple grand.
I drove by Old Boats the other day, I think they just abandoned theirs.
They might as well plow it up and plant the
It
corn.
looks to me like they've seen the light. They ain't doing nothing.
Well, I think
Yeah.
that, you know, if we look,
What do you mean by seeing the light?
Well, I
mean,
mean, you
if
got
you
players
look-
over there.
I think we look seriously at, we have some money in our fitness account. Those are people that have invested money in the fitness room. We've taken care of things in the fitness room, and I finally got our guy to come back. He hasn't fixed everything correctly yet, but he's at least alive again, so. But there is $10,000-11,000 in the fitness account, isn't there? I think the fitness room could withstand the hit of this.
2,500, you thinking?
Yeah, and we could have somebody from the fitness committee out there shaking Noel's hand And at least people would see that the money that's earned by the fitness room is going to something, you know, like it did when we did 60+ kitchen in there.
I think there'd be more people interested in tennis, but
It would be the fitness room promoting fitness activities. So,
Well, you know, there are people, there are adults in this town that actually do like to, you know, do stuff like this.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
I'm one.
I like that.
Anyway, we'd sure like to get you to join the fitness room too.
Well, hell, I can, I don't even, where's it at?
Doesn't need the hall,
Rather than
no.
out there would be probably better.
Is that right? Yeah, we think so, yeah, I don't know. That'd be a good winter thing, I guess.
Yeah,
Or we could get on the council.
Yeah,
Yeah, then you can spend money.
yeah. Well, I don't think it, I think it's kind of a thankless job, isn't it?
Oh, we get,
Oh,
no, never
no,
catch
I-
hell here.
Yeah, that's true.
people say thank you all the time.
Yeah,
and say other things too.
the $5,000 is with me carrying buckets too.
Okay.
I mean, I told him I help him, you know, the guy, you know, whatever. So I think it's, I mean, if you wanna do it, I mean,
Well, we can't do anything tonight, no, but we'll put it on council for next meeting.
well, I like to get it done, you know, if we're
Yep.
gonna do it, otherwise we might as well wait, and we wait another year, then it's gonna be more.
No, we
Okay.
wanna put it on council for next
Okay.
meeting. And we'll talk about it, and we'll make our decision then, and
Okay.
we'll let you know first
My,
thing.
If we'd have had it on the agenda, we could have voted on it tonight.
oh really?
Yep,
You have to have it on the agenda
You do?
before you can.
Well, he
Can't have a
didn't-
special agenda meeting right now and get it over with?
no,
Okay,
Against
That's
the
why,
law.
that's,
I like the way you're thinking though.
that's so you don't slip stuff through quickly.
I see. Well, my 2,500 stands for, you know, another
Forever?
month, yeah. 'Cause,
Maybe you could collect another 2,500 where you just go around a few more people.
you know, I think I about got them.
You got a brain?
Right. Okay, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Nolan.
Yeah.
okay, let Chris know by June 6th if you plan on going to the Northwest Iowa. Mark me down for 1,
And our next meeting's when again?
June
Next council meeting would be June 13th.
13th.
And 27th.
Yep.
Anything
Why,
else?
You're not going fishing.
I'd like to, how are we coming on getting houses?
No plans yet.
Is our lawyer come through pretty soon? And getting houses tore down? How's that going? No luck?
Yeah.
No. It is?
No. No luck, yes.
No luck, yeah.
Yep.
How do we stop
Struggling
him
with
to
that
get
one.
something done?
Get a different lawyer.
That's what I'd say.
Do we have to say here, we want it done in 2 weeks, or we're gonna get somebody else?
Is he on a retainer?
Is he, I was just
No.
gonna, that's just what I was gonna ask. Does he have a contract with the city?
Not that I've ever seen, I guess.
We've done pretty good cleaning some places up, but we sure, a couple wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, we got one more that we need to get working on right now. That one's gonna be a little more difficult because there's actually people staying there. I'm not sure they're living there, but they're
Really?
staying there. Yeah.
Anything else, council?
Now, we ain't gonna do it tonight, but on that cemetery deal, we could pass a resolution so they gotta put them on the ends of the tombstones. Is that something we wanna pursue or not pursue? We wanna let everybody just do like it is?
I think we just leave it alone. I mean, we've let them go this long now. It's like going out there and just beating them with a belt right now, so.
I agree with Francis.
It's
I
a tough
hope-
situation, I know.
You know, it's just, the cemetery deal is bad no matter how we do, but pretty much with the cemetery, when they get done one end mowing it, they should just turn around, start the other end and just keep right on. That's just, that's what it needs to be. And they need to slow down with the mowers.
Yeah.
It's not how fast you can mow it, it's how good of a job you can do.
There you go.
Just because the mower says it can mow at 10 mile an hour doesn't mean you can mow at 10 mile an hour, because I've seen where they can't ride the seat out there.
It's just a.
You can see that one of the mowers obviously has a blade issue because it's cutting lower.
Oh, yeah, you can see that.
So it's just some, issues where the guys just need to be paying attention to things.
Well, if they let that grass grow a little longer and mow a little higher, they're gonna have a hell of a lot.
Yeah, that is
weed
another good
problem.
thing. Well, when they go out there and it is a little tall, raise the deck up a little bit.
Yes.
You know, don't leave
Yeah,
it down
you don't
there
have to do it all at once.
and get a sod farm going.
Yeah, but you can't tell them. Somebody's gotta be out there to tell them, and
And
there's
I've been to a couple
nobody to
different
do that.
cemeteries lately, I guarantee you everyone's got the same trouble we
Oh, I
have.
know it.
We're not alone on that, baby.
What, now, somebody said that the one mows lower than the other one? Don't it have a deck height?
No, it looks like it's one machine, looks like it might have a blade issue or might be bent a little bit or something, looks like, to me.
The blue one or the new
I
one?
don't know which one it would've been.
You look down the middle between them stones, the middle is always higher than by the stones. And I think is what it is, the grass is so tall, they throw it into the middle first to get it away from the stones, and then when they go down the middle, it isn't cutting it all off. Cause you can
And
see
they
it
big
on
mowers.
every one.
You know, they're 60 inches, right?
I don't know what the big one is, what the new one is. Is that a 60? I believe so, ain't it?
You get it tall, you're gonna make a windrow. Of course, maybe it'll start
No.
drying up, we won't have no trouble.
If it's tall, you won't make no windrow. If it's short, that's when you clump it up.
Well, yeah, whatever, yeah.
You know, if it's tall and then they cut it short, then you windrow it.
That's correct. Anything else, council?
Well, I want that thing shut off, and then I wanna say something.
I move we adjourn.
There you go.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded to adjourn. All in favor say aye.
All right.
All opposed? Motion carried.